Scammers are coming after your money using new twists on an old tactic. A Henrico woman called 12 on your side after she and her husband were robbed of thousands of dollars.
Those crooks got more than $20,000 from the couple in an elaborate scheme that involves gift cards. New at 6, On Your Side investigator Jasmine Turner spoke with a cybersecurity expert to find out what all of us can do to stay safe. Jasmine?
I said, "Are you sure you're not a bad guy?" No, miss, I'm going to help you. He kept on winning my confidence.
It all started with a strange screen on Karen Geiges' computer telling her to call a number for help.
My husband tried to turn the computer off, but the computer wouldn't go off. So we called the number, and we got a guy named Harvey.
One conversation turned into a mountain of debt and gave her a story she wants to share to warn others.
He said, "We called you at 4 o'clock in the morning 2 times to make sure that you had okayed a $21,000 charge for child pornography on the phone." He said, "You did that, right?" My husband and I said, "No, what are you talking about? Of course we didn't."
Geiges admitted they aren't great with technology and they were fearful. The couple was led to believe they were talking to Allied Bank to get rid of fraudulent charges.
We try to get the same amount of money, the $21,000, $500, as a duplication, so that when the banks see that there's another charge of the same amount, they quickly will flag it and take the charge off. He said, "We only have a certain amount of time to do this."
To get rid of these so-called charges, she was instructed to buy gift cards, $21,000 worth, the same amount as the alleged charges.
And he told me Target, Lowe's, JCPenney, and Sephora were the cards that I had to buy because they were special cards encrypted, and that the banks know about these cards. You can't make these things up.
After panic buying gift cards and still thinking Allied Bank was helping them.
The next morning, so my husband called Ally, and Ally stated to me, "We haven't talked to you since October." And then we kind of knew.
It was all a scam.
It sounded like for this couple that unfortunately they were the victims of a social engineering scam.
It's also called human hacking. Cybersecurity expert Alex Nettie says it's a manipulation technique that exploits human error to gain private information, or in this case, money. Nettie says many times people hand over those gift card numbers and lose thousands.
Oftentimes for them, they can impersonate banks or technology companies and reputable brands that we as consumers trust, and they leverage that trust for us to do things that we might not normally do.
Nettie says it can start with a simple pop-up screen, an email, or even a number to call like Geiges saw.
They have really great tech support. So they're trying to help you walk through this process because ultimately on the receiving end, they're hoping to get some money out of you.
And I spoke with the detectives in Henrico County. He says he gets 4 and 5 a day. He said, "You know what? You're lucky. You only lost $21,000.
If you are asked to buy a gift card to pay for something, don't do it. Nettie says some stores are even starting to look out for this.
And generally they'll ask you and say, "Hey, why are you buying these gift cards?" And try to identify and maybe stop that fraud before it becomes an issue for them.
Geiges says she sold her car trying to pay off the credit cards used to buy the gift cards.
My hope is that we can help people. I can help someone, because believe me, it is heartbreaking and time-consuming, and the shame that you feel is unbelievable.
Again, Geiges wanted to share her story to hopefully help someone else. And Alex Nettie says if you get one of those pop-up screens, you just try to turn your computer off and on to see if it will go away. And instead of calling the number that comes on the screen, find a number directly for the company, like, for example, Microsoft or Apple. And we have more ways to avoid scams like this on NBC.